Version 5.6 is absolutely stacked with some of the juiciest, strongest, coolest, and most elegant characters we've ever seen. Like 4 powerhouse units in one patch. That's insane. And let's be real, there's no way you're walking out of this update without wanting at least one of them. Whether it's our mommy, the Raiden Shogun, our elegant madame, Navia, or perhaps just someone else catching your eye, there is simply no doubt that this patch is looking like pure temptation. So yeah, today's video is gonna be just as juicy and elegant as these characters. We're breaking down exactly how many primos you can save, whether you've got a Welkin or not, the sneak peeks into the spicy event giving out a free weapon in 5.6. And for those struggling to decide who to pull for, we're diving into who fits your account best and who's just straight up more fun to play. Because let's be honest, who cares about big damage if the character isn't fun? Not me. And I'm pretty sure that's what you're thinking too. And hey, who doesn't love some easy primos? That's why I'm hosting a 10 Welkin giveaway when we hit 15,000 subscribers. That's free 3K primos for 10 lucky winners. And as always, entering is simple. Just like the video, drop a comment and subscribe so I know you're here. Alright, let's start with you guys. Because from what I've seen, a lot of people are still struggling to pick between Navia and Raiden Shogun. So let me share some personal experiences to help you make the bestest possible decision. First up, clearing the stage for our mommy overlord, the almighty Raiden Shogun. Now cutting straight to the point, she's an absolute powerhouse. And, quite an interesting playstyle. I seriously still have no idea how that sword is coming out of there, but on an honest note, she's a character that constantly keeps you on edge, just waiting to see how hard she's gonna hit next. Her kit might look complex, but honestly, it's pretty straightforward once you break it down. The key thing? She charges her ring every time your teammates use their bursts. I do have to warn you that she's hard to build, but not impossible. All you need to do is give her a minimum of 200% ER, decent attack, and balance her crit rate and crit damage. That said, when it comes to raw damage, Raiden can outperform Navia thanks to her flexibility in different team comps. Hyper Bloom, Aggravate, Overload, you name it. But that's only if you've invested in her constellations and weapon. If you're not going for those, then Raiden is still great, but she won't fully meet your expectations unless you have the right buffers to bring out her true potential. She honestly have just been power crept, but don't be fooled, she still slays. To put simple, C2 or C3 Raiden is greater than C0 Navia, but C0 Navia is greater than C0 Raiden, and even possibly C1 Raiden. And with that said, let's talk about our elegant madame, Navia. First things first, let's get one thing straight. She's atrociously beautiful. Like, goddamn. And honestly, that alone is a win. But looks aside, how good is she really? Well, for a Geo character, she's very good. She scales off attack, which means she can fully enjoy buffs from characters like Ian's son, Bennett, or even Mona with TTDS. Now, the biggest downside, her element. Being Geo means she can't trigger reactions, so her damage is purely raw strength. Maybe, just maybe, if Geo ever gets an explosive new reaction in the future, she'll be a lady to die for. Poor Melis. Anyways, personally, I have C3 R1 Raiden, but I still find myself picking Navia more often. Why? Because she's newer, has insane damage potential, and most importantly, she's just ridiculously funny to play with. Hold her skill, aim that massive umbrella disguise gun, slowly release your finger from the skill, and boom, your enemies won't know what hit them. At the end of the day, both characters are solid. If you want raw power and versatility, Raiden's your girl. But if you want style, beauty, and a fresh playstyle, Navia's calling your name. So choose wisely. Now I'd love to sit here and give you the full TED Talk on Kinich and Escaffi, but truth be told, I haven't played either of them yet, so I'm not about to act like I've got 500 hours of experience with them when I don't. But if I had to pick between the two, easy choice, Escaffi. Look, I've already got way too many DPS characters, and with Nahida running the best Dendro application in the game, I don't really feel like I need another Dendro DPS right now. That said, if you're stacked on DPS and just want to crack support to elevate them to new heights, Escaffi's the way to go. But if you're craving a fresh playstyle and want to be out here swinging across Natland like Edgar Rice in Jungle Tarzan, then Kinich is probably your best guy. Either way, the fun is yours to experience. Alright, now that we've weighed our options and romanced the lineup, it's time to secure the bag. Trust me, if you've got the ambition to stick through this video and hoard every last primo, you're walking away with the character, no doubt. So let's break it down phase by phase. As always, phase 1 runs for 21 days and comes packed with 3 events. Spoiler alert, one of these events is dropping at least 860 primos, maybe even more. There's also a free weapon along with it, so yeah, make sure to stick around for that. Now, starting with the basics, your good old daily commissions. 21 days of dailies means 60 primos per day, which adds up to 1,260 primos. And hey, if you're feeling lazy or got a busy day where you wouldn't be able to stay online for long, then I got you. Just go to the crafting table, whip up 4 condensed resins, and boom, you just auto-completed your dailies in like 12 seconds. Then just walk over to Catherine, claim your extra 20 primos, and go about your day. Now, since we are getting 2 new weekly bosses in 5.6, it's safe to say that there'll be some quest or map unlocking that'll lead to those bosses. Either way, we can estimate to get about 300 primogems from these new bosses' discovery. Now, let's talk about free primo opportunities you do not want to ignore. The Imaginarium Theater is resetting on June 1st, and with that comes a fresh 700 primos. I'm dropping that number now because, let's be real, a lot of you might not finish it. But hey, if you want to change that, then listen up, cutie. And let me drop some wisdom. We already know what elements are going to be in play for this run: Electro, Dendro, and Cryo. You see where this is going, right? Exactly. That new Thorns reaction I talked about in my previous video before? Yeah, this theater is built to showcase its power, so get your Nahida, Shenhe, Ayaka, or even Raiden ready, because this is one of the few times Hoyoverse is actually making the theater easier by handing us a busted reaction. Oh, and special invitations are set for Farina, Aoife, Dehya, and Xiangling, so if you've got them, make sure they're warmed up and ready to go. Alright, that's 700 primos locked in from the theater. Let's keep stacking. Spiral Abyss, that's another 700 primos, assuming you at least attempt it. Not saying you gotta go full sweat mode, but the deeper you get, the better. Then we've got the usual freebies, 600 primos straight into your mailbox just for breathing, plus the 120 primos from the livestream codes. Easy. Now for the events. We have a sneak peek of the main event, and according to my trusty calculations, we can expect about 860 primos. Could be more, but can't be less. We can also expect a free 4-star bow, and I'll be honest, I'm not really happy of the fact that Hoyoverse never gifts us a 5-star item. It's honestly tiring when you think of it. Either way, that's only one of the events, and the remaining 2 are expected to give us 420 primos each, with one event overlapping into the second phase, meaning we can get a total of 1,700 primogems from events. Achievements? Some of you told me you don't even bother with them, so I'll keep it real, I don't either. But if you do, there's an extra 15 primos in it for you. Escafi's story quest and hangout? That's a clean 240 primos right there. Just don't procrastinate or you'll miss out on 60 of those. Then we've got Paimon's shop reset on May 16th. 5 wishes, or around 800 primos just sitting there. And if you're sitting on star glitter, then you should have at least 15 star glitter stacked up. After the wishing spree, that's 3 extra wishes, or about 480 primos if you decide to cash them in. Saving them? Then don't bother adding it. Alright, let's keep this primo hunt rolling. Trial play? That's a quick and easy 40 primos, no effort required. And then we've got the web event, another 120 primos just for clicking around. Now, on to phase 2. Spiral Abyss is resetting again, this time 2 days before the patch ends, on June 16th. That's another 700 primos in the bag. Daily commissions? Same deal as before, 60 primos per day, and over 21 days, that's another 1,260 primos stacking up. Character trials? Another 40 primos. Honestly, Hoyoverse really be throwing primos at us for just testing out characters. And promo codes? Expect another 360 primos from those. Now here's where things get a little foggy. We don't have full details on the new map size or how many statue of the 7 primos we're getting, so I'm gonna be real with you. We're estimating 1,400 primos in total from exploration. It could be more, could be less, but please don't show up at my doorstep with pitchforks if the number doesn't hit exactly 1,400. Now for the events, we have 2 events remaining, and those are also expected to give about 420 primogems each, giving an extra 840 primogems. And lastly, Welkin Moon winners or owners will get an easy 3,000 primogems just for logging in every day. So at the end of the day, free-to-play players can save a total of 11,675 primogems, or about 73 wishes. Pretty sure you're not starting with 0 primos, so yeah, you are snagging 1 character. Also, Welkin users will get a total of 14,675 primos, or about 92 wishes. So yeah, 5.6 is looking stacked with primos. There are probably some I missed, and honestly, if you're serious about saving, you're walking away with at least one of these new characters. Play smart, hoard those gems, and may the 50-50 be in your favor. Now, if you enjoyed the video, then do me a favor of subscribing, maybe for the Welkin giveaway or just for me. Either way, it's a win-win. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.